ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਬਿਖਿਆਨ ਸਿਓ ਕਾਹੇ ਰਚਿਓ, ਨਿਮਖ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ ਉਦਾਸ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਭਜ ਹਰਿ ਮਨਾ, ਪਾਰੇ ਨਾ ਜਮ ਕੀ ਫਾਸ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਭਜ ਹਰਿ ਮਨਾ, ਪਾਰੇ ਨਾ ਜਮ ਕੀ ਫਾਸ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So Sangat ji, today we'll be going through the second slok given to us as motis are these beautiful pearls by Guru Tegh Bahadur ji Sache Paatshah ji. And in this slok, Paatshah ji start off with saying Bhikkhan syo kahe rachyo. And like we mentioned in the first slok, Paatshah ji will tell us, so if we're not praising Akal Purkh Vaheguru ji, if we're not praising God, what will we end up doing instead? What is it that is stopping us from praising God? So Paatshah ji saying here that Bhikkhan syo kahe rachyo. It's a question they're putting forward to us. So first, what we'll do is we'll just do the Akri Arth of the complete Pangti, the literal translation. Paatshah ji puts a question forward and saying that why are you engrossed in poison? And in a poisonous way of life, why are you engrossed in that way of life? And then they say that Kaho Nanak Bhaj Har Mana. Guru Tegh Bahadur ji Paatshah saying, O my mind, Bhaj Har Mana. Meditate, O my mind, on God. Bhaj Har Mana. And then Paatshah is saying, Pare na jam ki fas. If you do that, then what is it that won't happen? Pare, you will not then fall into jam ki fas. Jam means death, and then fas means news. You won't then get caught up in the news of death. And I know as soon as we say that, some questions might start to arise to think, well, does that mean we don't die then? Well, yes, that does mean we don't die, but what type of death is Maharaji talking about here? And what is the poison Guru Tegh Bahadur ji Paatshah ji is talking about? That's what we're going to try and look at today. So, Bhikkhan syo kahe rachyo. Paatshah ji saying that, why are you so... Rachyo means entangled, engrossed. Why are you so entangled and engrossed in Bhikkhan? Bhikkhan can be translated to vis, meaning poison, can be translated to vishe. Vishe means in negativity, in that thing that is destroying your life. And if we look at poison in itself, what is poison? Poison, we can look at it in two forms. There's two forms that it can be looked at in. There's that poison, it could be so deadly, the moment somebody takes it upon their tongue, it'll instantly, within a few minutes, it'll cause death. Or then there's those poisons that could be damaging our inside slowly. We don't realize at the time, and it's causing damage to our organs. And little by little, moment by moment, it's actually bringing us closer to death. Something that is decaying us away. Kahe rachyo. So what are these poisons that we end up indulging in becoming engrossed in? Slander is absolute poison. Having ill thoughts for someone is absolute poison, Sangat ji. And we don't realize that these things are damaging our mind so much. Just like we might be eating a certain type of food, we might be taking something like today that is so commonly used as refined sugar, and we don't realize the damage it's actually doing to us. In this way, we're actually taking that sugar, we're taking that poison, but this poison is sugar coated. During that time, we enjoy it so much when we start to gossip, when we start to slander. So the Guru Tegh Bahadur ji is saying that Bhikkhan syo kahe rachyo, that's one poison, sugar-coated poison of slander that we're so engrossed in. Nimak means that moment it takes for us to blink our eye. Something so instant, that little moment. Nimak na ho hai udas. Udas, the word udas, we may have heard this word in Punjabi. We might meet someone and saying, tu aaj bada udas lagda hai. We're saying that udas can be translated to upset. saying, and often it's when somebody is close to someone and that person, then they're separated from that person, they move back, they go to a different country or something happens, they're not around that person anymore, and they say, you look really udas, you look really upset because of that separation. But udas also means detachment. And over here, Guru Sahib Ji is talking about detachment. What does it mean though? The actual translation, we've got those people that are called udasis. Those are people that are detached. But what does that actually mean? It means that person that doesn't want anything anymore. Jado ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਹੁਣ ਲੋੜ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ. That person that doesn't desire any worldly things anymore. That haven't got their hopes set in. That je mainu aa mile, if I get this, then I'll be okay. They haven't got that anymore. This is not even for one moment. You are becoming that way, that I don't need this, I don't want this. Udas is when you're actually free. But not for a moment that says you're becoming free. You're getting more and more, deeper and deeper entangled in this world. Bikhin se kahe rachyo nimak na ho hai udas, Patrick Singh bikhin se kahe rachyo. Look at this poison. Instead, we renounce that they are inside of us, that compassion inside of us. For what? For things like slander. And Patrick is saying that Asank nindak sir karhe par. Pachaji tell us a law. They're saying you're accumulating a whole abundance of weight on your head. And I'm sure Sangatji, if we start to contemplate on the laws of this life, of what Guru Sahib Ji calls hukam, we'll realize every time we've sat and slandered someone, how does it make us feel afterwards? That thought remains within our mind, what we've said, and it becomes this weight. And then they're saying that Kaho Nanak Paj Harmana Pare Na Jam Ki Fas. They're saying, but instead they go back to that, reinforce that idea, meditate on Waheguru Ji. But to meditate on Waheguru Ji, we need the lifestyle to go with it now. We need the discipline as well. We can't expect to be stuck in poison and recite God's name and it'll still all work out for us. Then we have to give up that poison as well that is killing us. That slander that is causing us anxiety. We can't expect now that, well, I'm reciting God's name as well and I'm trying to do these good deeds, but I can continue to do that. And we think we can do both. It's not going to work. Instead, we're still going to feel in turmoil. Parena Jamki Fas Pat, just saying you remain focused, you meditate on God, you live that lifestyle. And then they say that death won't come to you, that news of death won't be around you, meaning that you won't have that fear of death, meaning that you will be then truly detached from inside. Let us do ardas that we can refrain from these poisons of slander, of greed, of being attached to this body. May Maharaj just give us the himmat, the strength that Uddam Karho Karavo Thakur, that you give me the strength to be able to meditate upon you and become detached in that way and keep me away from these poisons. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.